listen to Creative Space on Omega Radio every Wednesday at 10:30 with your host, Catherine Shapiro. Every good morning to y'all in Omega Radio land. I am a little bit imperfect today, as we all are every day. I will stay with you as long as I can and give you all kinds of wonderful reasons to get up, hear that small voice in your head, and pray, because that's the kind of thing we all need. I have on tap a special musical guest. His born name is Anthony Smith. He's a wonderful musician, music producer, and songwriter. Today, though, he is known as Born Again. Born, in the language of the Bible, is a river that runs in its own time and its own season. He is a wonderful gospel singer that I met on one of my equally terrific connecting channels called alignable.com. We are a bit on the fly today. I am telling you all I can about this wonderful artist and playing his music as we go. His latest project is an album called Standing Tall. You can find it on every music platform that there is. If you need to check him out on Facebook, you can do that also. You can also find him on my Instagram page at instagram.com, Kathy Shapiro. Now, you always kind of wonder, where is that small voice to be found? It can be found in the most interesting places. From what I hear, my friend Born Again found his in the front of a long haul truck. He had been preaching for a while, singing for a little while longer, decided to take a break, took a break, went to haul our wonderful goods around this good country like a lot of heroes out there do. And he tells me, he asked God, "Where are you, God? It's me, Anthony. Help me out here." He literally had a karaoke session, as he describes it, in the front of his long haul truck. And through that, he got back into his ministry, went on the road again, this time as a live event participant, musician, and songwriter, as the thing that he was born as, and was completely born again with God's Spirit, whatever you may call it, shining down on him. I spoke to him last night in a wonderful little interview that I will post on my Facebook page. And he tells me that there is something you have to do, something he had to do. It was we had a lot in common. He says he was a church kid. Mama was the choir director, so of course he sang in choir. Papa was a preacher. And there were a lot of stops along the way. But right now, he is a school teacher. He's been a school teacher. He's now a principal. And I'd love to give a shout out to all the kids and all the coaches and all the people that he has influenced in his career to call us at the live number, if you can. We love to hear from our listeners. Do you have a coach, a friend, a producer, a choir director, a lunch lady that inspired you in your travels? Call today and thank them, because they are the real heroes on this earth. And I am, as ever, your imperfect host, Catherine Shapiro, trying to find inspiration and get warmed up with a little prayer in the creative space. I have said a lot of times that there is a practical way to get inspiration into your bloodstream, into your head. Sit down with a book, sit down with a pen, sit down with a musical instrument if you have one. Knock on it, play on it, doodle with it. My friend's musical career started anew when his producer said to him, "Hey, I'm tired of this. You get to take your mix box home and play with it. Play with that piano. Play outside like a kid. Children are the best artists on the planet." Picasso said it's easy to be an artist as a child. The trick is keeping it childlike as you grow up. Use that go out and play kind of attitude. Don't let people put labels on you. My good friend said to me once, he hates labels because it makes people feel like they know him or they own him. Nobody can own you or know you except God. He has known you since you were in the womb. He will help you find the thing that is yours that works, that you can set the world on fire with. If you want to give us a call, local is 954-900-4310. Toll free is 1-877-494-0253. And in lovely Jamaica, our number is 876-613-9129. I have been honored with the rare privilege of being asked to read a prayer tomorrow at our National Day of Prayer breakfast. Prayers start at 9:15 and go till 11:30, and God knows everyone in this nation could use a little prayer right now. We ask to give our leaders discernment. We ask to give our citizens energy and the will to participate. We ask to honor our heroes, the ones who have fallen, fighting for us. We ask to honor the healthcare workers who worked themselves to the bone and beyond during the pandemic in the last few years. We have been so fortunate in this country to be able to do the things that we do. For you to be able to speak to me, and I am fortunate to be able to speak to you, my listeners. I am a happy camper right now, and I hope you are too. Again, if you want to give us a call, the number is 954-900-4310. Toll free is 1-877-494-0253. And in beautiful Jamaica, 876-613-9129. YouTube is a wonderful thing. Omega Radio has their own YouTube channel. So do a lot of terrific musicians. They're all trying to get the word out, and so is my good friend Born Again. We are so happy to have met each other on the many networking sites that there are for all sorts of creatives. We have I believe we are queued up and we're ready to go online with this YouTube channel. So, and the neat thing is you can subscribe to these. They're absolutely fabulous. You have concert videos. There's one that we found of his brand new album called Standing Tall. It's an absolutely beautiful song about standing tall as a person of faith. And I think we all need a little help to do that sometimes. There is a...
The wait is over. Born Again is standing tall with the release of his new
There we go. Thank you to my wonderful engineer, the beautiful baby that makes me look good even as an amateur. I so appreciate everybody here at Omega Radio.
Standing Tall, an EP by Born Again.
It really is something. Funny, I asked him what his playlist would look like. And one of the things he told me was that there's a beautiful playlist inside your own head, and you are your own music. Poetry is different than music. It's got a little rhythm, and the music is inside your head as you write. That's what I hear. I tried songwriting, moved to poetry instead. It's a very complex little task you have, trying to organize all those thoughts. Musical people, science shows, have very logical minds. They think things through. They're an absolutely wonderful personality. It's that left brain, I think is what it is. It means you can think a task through, but you're so in touch with that emotional side. It's the biggest, most beautiful part of you. How do you get in touch with that biggest, most beautiful part of you? Close your eyes for a minute. Think about the best place you ever have been. Could be the beach, could be the mountains, could be your own backyard with the birds singing and the butterflies flying around. So relaxing, so peaceful. Take a minute. Count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're in that place. You're in that place with Born Again and me, listening to great music, feeling the love, catching a rhythm, and getting ready for prayer. When you feel ready, open your eyes. Talk a little, listen a little. God is out there for you. No matter what you have thought before, no matter where you've been, no matter the things you have done, if you are honestly asking for forgiveness and turning over a new leaf, God will bring that leaf to you, and you will be a success in all that you do. In my tradition, they call it teshuvah, returning. You're coming back to God with a desire to do better and build a better world. How amazing is that? That there's one being in the universe that gives you nothing but unconditional love. There are a few that do. Our pets do that. But nowhere near the way the good Lord does that. If you decide one day that you want that unconditional love, ask for it. That's all you have to do. Say to yourself that you want better things to come into your life, and it will happen. The brain believes every single thing you tell it. It's a wonderful instrument. It's the same kind of divine creation that made the music that you're listening to right now.
and I bring you glory. Please continue to grow me. Lord, you are holy, holy. I need, please continue to grow me.
There we go. Would you imagine that you are capable of anything that you set your mind to? That's another thing that God helps people to do. He gives you the strength to create a universe that's so much better than the one you started out with. Give a person a hand. Give them a smile. Inspire somebody today. Be a friend. Call a neighbor. Check up on your friends. We've had a lot of stuff coming down from above these days. All that water, my goodness. Feet of water in houses, in cars. And you know your neighbors are needing some love, some help, some kindness. If we can help you with your event, with a drive, with a prayer, let us know. You can get in touch with me through the creative space at www.cmscreationsart.com. I have all the links for my guest artists who have been actually wonderful people lately at that webpage. And you can also find me in any of the social platforms. Yes, when I can talk, I'm even better. We are all imperfect in one way or another, but we all are loved by the divine presence that gives meaning and hope to our lives. If we listen, we can hear it. You hear that? There's the music of the spheres. Thanks. I am a deep believer in the fact that the creative impulse is given to everybody for all kinds of reasons and in all kinds of ways. Some of us are musicians. Some of us are poets. Some of us are painters. We paint in color. We photograph in black and white. Some of us, like Ansel Adams, are lucky enough to do both. Paint in color and photograph in black and white. We are human beings, spiritual creations, and we are well and beautifully made. We should be using the God-given gifts that we have for the betterment of our world. And that is all I am trying to do here, and I hope you would join me in expanding the space. Eventually, what we hope is that we can create a physical space that goes anywhere in the community that you need it. And I am happy to let you know that this is going to be an ongoing, year-round effort. And I'm so grateful for my partners here at 101.9 FM Omega Radio. The wonderful engineers, owners, and staff have been absolutely fabulous. They opened their hearts in a way I have not seen in a long time. Open your heart today. Give us a call. We are at 954-900-4310. Toll free 1-877-954-0253. Or in beautiful Jamaica, 876-613-9129. Omega Radio is a local program with a wide reach, and it is publicly supported. We rely on you to help us bring you these great local programs like the Creative Space. I have heard some wonderful. Tune in and listen listen to Creative Space on Omega Radio every Wednesday at 10:30 with your host, Catherine Shapiro.
You're just tuned into the Creative Space with Catherine Shapiro here on Omega Radio. Want to encourage you to tune in every Wednesday, 10:30 till 11 a.m., where you can catch Catherine Shapiro and the Creative Space and all her features and guests right here on Omega Radio, the station of the star. Don't miss out. Don't miss out the Creative Space here on Omega Radio.
It's Bless Hair Salon, and we are so back in business. Why? Because we're reintroducing ourselves.